Anyone who spends time in the outdoors ends up with a few personal battles. Places they can't figure out, techniques that don't click, even a few superstitions. Take Kelly Slater, the greatest surfer of all time, who's never won a major event at Sunset Beach in Hawaii. Despite dominating everywhere else, that wave just won't give him a win. Or Steve Morgan, a bloke who could probably catch a fish in a puddle, but he's the first to admit he struggles with soft plastics. Because in fishing, it can feel like some species, spots, or styles are just impossible to crack. No matter how many casts you put in, nothing seems to work. For me, that spot is Mooloolaba. Living on the Sunshine Coast, I'm lucky to be surrounded by great waterways, but the one closest to home has always been the hardest to fish successfully. Mooloolaba has become my fishing Achilles heel, and to be honest, I usually avoid it, but not this morning. One of the best parts about fishing is the lead up. The days of planning, checking the weather, picking your spot, choosing your lures. And after all that thinking, I knew I had to come back here. Plus, there's one new technique I want to try. Something small, but it could be the difference.
Alright, we're out on the Mooloolaba River. I don't know if you can hear me. I might be talking too loud. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this system. I've just never been able to consistently catch fish, and it's a cracking morning and it just feels good. The game plan this morning is just to take the shackles off, to try a few things differently and yeah, not fish conservative. Got an incoming tide this morning, so yeah, I love this little house. And to be honest, I was really torn by a few systems this morning. A lot of me was saying try a smaller, quieter system. It's kind of low wind. It was low wind yesterday, so there would have been a lot of people out pressuring this system. I'd say Mooloolaba probably gets the most boats on it, with people flicking lures anyway. But when I get those thoughts, I'm never quite sure if it's because I actually feel like the other system would be better, or because I just hate fishing this one. So yeah, double down, decided it's not getting the better of me today, and we'll see if that turns out to be true. Probably not. I've decided I'll start at the back of the system and work against the tide that's kind of incoming. Sometimes I like to use that natural flow so I don't have to be on the electric, but yeah, I want to be casting up against the tide and working it back with the flow. We'll see. It's low at the moment though, so what do they say? No run, no fun. Alright. I've got a line to retie from last trip. Don't distinctly remember how I snapped it last trip, but I would imagine if it was the end of a session, I probably got snagged on something and got angry and snapped it. Tends to be the end of a session. I usually use Daiwa X-Link, but I've got a bunch of this 4-pound stuff left that I just want to use. So I'll save the X-Link for comp days. Doesn't look like it's really flowing in here yet. That could be challenging. Anyway, leader's tide. We're on. Ridiculous. Alright, 2 lures tied on to start the morning with the Slippery Dog in a small size, whatever size that is. Got the in feet, blah 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 blah. In feet 23 Z 712 LFS. I believe that is the rod that went gangbusters when they released it in their first or second in feet range. And so I got one, and I also like it. Yeah, it's good shit. What is it? Nice little trout. Good start. Let's get the ball rolling. Yeah. Little guy. Flighty. Oh yeah, they're all over it. Nice. Pretty pepped up. What is it absolutely carrying on like that? Oh, that was a good one. Try to pull him out of there. That was in a tight spot. Tide seems to be still flowing out, which is crazy. And the fish seem quite flighty, which is not completely surprising. They're up on the edges feeding from what I've seen. And the tide's dropping, so they've got less stuff to hide underneath.
The morning starts out like it always does here. A couple of cautious bites. I can see the fish feeding up on the edges, and I've caught a few small ones, but nothing decent. Some places just feel tough. Maybe it's the tide, the structure, the way the fish move through the system. Whatever it is, I just can't figure it out. And before long, it's the same old story. Missed hits, follows that don't convert. The little voice in your head starts asking the question, is it the spot or is it me?
One of those days, huh? That absolute dusting was brought to you by Hunt and Brew. Maybe this is the only way to turn around the morning, because I mean the positives are I finally hooked up to a fish. And it was a really good one. That's probably where the positives end. I got absolutely dusted. I fought it terribly. And it's been the highlight of my morning. Up until my Hunt and Brew. Need to remind you, I have one of these every morning. And I'm officially the only fisherman on the planet trying to get sponsored by a milk brand. And failing to do so. Can only go up from here. They could prove to be famous last words. Holy shit, that's cold. I could get a brain freeze from this. Please sponsor me. I'll be cheap and you'll get what you pay for.
Then, I remember something the Lions coach said this year for anyone that follows AFL. The Lions had a rough start to the season, couldn't get a win, but instead of playing it safe, they backed themselves. He told them, if you're walking on thin ice, you may as well dance.
It's something I read ages ago. If you're going to walk on thin ice, you might as well dance.
So I figured, why not? I'm already struggling, may as well try something different. I pull out this little mod I've been working on, a trimmed down Daiwa Grub, and cast into what looks like a likely spot. First cast, bang. Feels different straight away.
Straight away. Not the biggest one, not a bad one. They're all trying to steal it off him. Nice. Alright, there we go. How does that look? So cool, with that little Daiwa Grub in his mouth. Trying to pop that out. There we go, just little, pretty much trying to copy an aqua, but just with the Daiwa plastic, so I'm pretty stoked for that. There are a bunch more in there as well, they all wanted it. There's more up the back there, I think. They're either rocks or bream. I'd guess they're bream. Oh, they're straight onto it. This is getting eaten by like a billion fish. Yep. The small ones ate it. None of the small ones ate it. The grub's going off. I'll get you straight back. See if we spooked them too bad or if we can get in there and get another one. They were onto it big time. They're going again. They're going again. Oh, same spot, same lure. That's awesome. Oh, they're all trying to eat it off it. That big guy is. The grub. So good. So sick. Here we go, another one. 2 and 2 casts on the grub, same spot. Straight away. I fucking love this thing. It's crazy. They're not big fish, but they just love it. Guys, it's just loving this grub, eh? It's another grub fish. A little grub in his mouth. Not a big one, but they're loving it. It's crazy. Throw him back. I'm gonna say not big ones, but I think the only reason we haven't caught big ones is we haven't come across them yet. This is getting eaten again for sure. Small one ate it. Damn it. There's some big ones in there. I got the smallest one. How did you miss the hooks? There wasn't juice on it. Small one again. There's so many back there. Small ones keep grabbing it. Another one on the Grub. Alright, rather than going deeper in the system where they just seem to keep getting smaller, we're going to head back out and hope there's bigger ones in the main stretch. This has been awesome fun so far. Finally a good one. Alright, there we go, there's the first half decent one. He is 400 grams, so I don't know how long he'd be. That was well angry. He was right back up. That was a sick one. That was so sick. Best. Decent fish. Yeah, way back up. Had to steer him out. It was a pretty hectic fight. He's a good one though. And I'm very appreciative that he showed up. This can. Might be a better one. Oh, then one of the other. Another one. Oh, that was. What is that? Oh, he's cutting. Oh, that's gnarly. Don't. I'll pick you up. To terrorize for another day.
See, here's the thing about Slater and what I told you about him not being able to win at sunset at the start of the video. He reckons the wave at sunset just doesn't respect him, because deep down, he doesn't respect it either. And Steve Morgan, he reckons he's not good at soft plastics. Not because he's unlucky, but because he doesn't practice them. So maybe it's not about curses or bad luck or any of that spiritual stuff. Maybe it's just about time on the water and how much you're willing to learn, fail, and try something new. Sometimes the breakthrough won't come from a reliable lure or a better cast. Sometimes
Decent one.
it's just a shift in mindset,
600 grams.
backing yourself, and giving something different a crack.
Let's go.